What it do, YouTube? This your boy Pound for Pound Boxing Real News. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Let me plug this mic up. So, Bob Arum, where is that? Bob Arum was talking to Fight Hype. He did an interview with Fight Hype today, and he said, Bob Arum on George Kambosas Jr. He says, I don't think he's a top caliber. He fought Teofimo Lopez that should have been in the hospital, not in the boxing ring. So Bob Arum says that George Kambosas, he doesn't think that George Kambosas is a top caliber opponent. And he fought Teofimo Lopez that should have been in the hospital and not the boxing ring, right? Obviously, you know, he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? George Kambosas is a good fighter. He's somebody that came out and impressed, definitely, and beat Teofimo Lopez with a great game plan and a great effort. You know what I'm saying? He did a great job. You can't take nothing away from him, but the facts are the facts. And Teofimo Lopez obviously wasn't 100% there. You know, Teofimo Lopez went to the hospital after, had to stay in ICU, basically to an oxygen tank because he had air in his chest, pneumonia, a tear in his esophagus, or a plethora of things, right? Things that, before the fight, he has asthma and stuff like that. And before the fight, he basically, it was acting up, but he was like, well, this is going to go away or whatever. All right. So that's the backstory on that, on what happened there. But Bob Arum says that George Kambosas Jr., he says, I don't think he's a top caliber opponent. He says he fought a Teofimo Lopez that should have been in the hospital and not in the boxing ring, right? LT, what's going on, buddy? What's good? ¿Qué onda, cabrón? So I honestly think that is 100% the truth, right? That he's not the top caliber opponent. I don't think, if we're gonna sit here and say that, George Kambosas, he's a good fighter and stuff, but do you really see him beating Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko, um, Javante Tank Davis? Do you really see him beating those guys? If that's a Teofimo Lopez that was at 50%, right? That wasn't fully committed, obviously. Okay. Do you really think that that was a very close fight, right? That was a very close fight that they were in. So do you think that George Kambosas Jr. could possibly beat Devin Haney, Javante Davis, Ryan Garcia, and or Lomachenko? I highly doubt that. He said I did witchcraft on them. I don't favor him against any of those guys, right? I think that this is his moment and he's taking advantage of his moment as he should. But honestly, whoever he picks next, um, as far as if it's one of the top guys, those belts are gone. You know what I mean? Those belts are gone. I just don't see him holding on to those belts against those that other top competition out there. Okay, and that's not a knock on him, basically, but it's just the truth, right? Um, we all know that Teofimo Lopez was going through personal problems, personal issues, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that after the fight, doctors came out um, and they said that Tio had a tear in his esophagus, pneumonia, and air in his chest, right? And he was basically hooked up to an oxygen tank, this and that, and it was in the ICU. You know what I'm saying? Intensive care unit. All right. So if I'm hearing all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, man, this is still a close fight. You know what I mean? It was still a close fight. Yo, I'm not like fully impressed with Kambosas. He came in, he did a great job, but I'm not fully impressed. You know what I'm saying? Definitely in his next fight. And look, Javante Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Lomachenko, they don't have most of the personal issues that Teofimo Lopez is going through. So they're gonna be fully focused on when they fight this guy. You know what I mean? LT says Kambosas all day, bro. He fought like a champ. He interesting to watch. Yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. He fought like a champ. Definitely had a great game plan. Came out the fight, and he won that fight. You know what I'm saying? And he's interesting to watch for sure. And I mean, congratulations to him, and hopefully for his next fight, he has a great fight. But I just don't see him beating those top guys. You know, I just don't see it. You know, even Ryan Garcia, I think, gets him. Lomachenko, he that's the most dangerous fight that he could get into. Lomachenko, like he's not gonna want to fight Lomachenko. That's very dangerous for him to get. Okay, Devin Haney is a dangerous fight for him. You know, and of course Tank is a dangerous fight for him. He can knock you out. You know, the easier fight out of all three of those guys would definitely be Devin Haney, right? But I still don't even see him beating Devin Haney. I just feel like Devin Haney would go in there and he'll stay disciplined and win that fight, right? I just don't see George Kambosas really keeping those belts. I feel like George Kambosas, he won the fight, but I just don't feel like he's gonna be able to match up with that top level competition, right? And I still favor Teofimo Lopez over anybody in the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? I'm still favor Teofimo Lopez, especially just finding like knowing all the stuff, the backstories and the facts of what went really, what was going on behind the scenes, something that people don't really understand and don't get and don't care. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, um, we're fans. You know what I'm saying? Fans don't care about shit like that. You know, you're going through personal issues. The fans are going through personal issues. You're going through problems, whatever. The fans are going through problems. You got an underlying condition that whatever. The fans don't care because you know they might be going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't fault the fans. You know what I mean? But Teofimo Lopez just has to come back out and really show what he's about. You know, and you know, it's not the end of the road, honestly. It's just not. There's more to him, and he could come back and win a fight easily. Kambosas is a natural 135, faster hand speed than Haney and Loma. Yeah, he's definitely a natural 135. Hell yeah, I definitely see what you're saying on that, bro. What's it called? He's definitely a natural 135 pounder. Um, faster hand speed than Haney and Loma. I will have to pay more attention. I will have to pay attention and do more comparisons on it for sure. But I mean, George Kambosas, he does have fast hands, and you know he counters well. You know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. I just don't feel like he's a great fighter. In that, I don't feel like he'll be as 100% focused as he was against Tio. And another thing that I was saying was I saw the fire in his eye and Kambosas' eyes and stuff like that when he fought Tio. You know, so I said it was gonna be it could be a dangerous fight. I said, man, look, dudes that have fire in their eyes like that, I've seen that. I've seen that before. I've seen that with Teofimo Lopez when he was about to fight Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? So I said that, you know, that the kid had fire in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He had fire in his eyes, and that was very dangerous, you know. And I I I I kind of was hinting at some shit, you know what I'm saying? But he's a good fighter. He's somebody to definitely keep an eye out. But after he fights any of the top level competition, I mean, he's just gonna get nobody's gonna pay attention to him anymore. You know, that's just how that goes, right? Um, Look at this. Hold on, let me reply to this. Um, Bob Arum says Bob Arum says Lomachenko could face Kambosas as WBO mandatory. Bob Arum says he believes that the WBO will be ordering a fight between undisputed lightweight champion George Kambosas Jr. and Vasily Lomachenko. Okay, so we could either get the WBA to mandate Gervonta Tank Davis and the WBO to mandate Vasily Lomachenko. All right. He says for the fight with Kambosas to happen, Lomachenko must beat former IBF lightweight champion Richard Comey, who's 30, 3 losses, 27 knockouts this Saturday night in their main event match on ESPN at Madison Square Garden in New York. He says uh, Arum says that's a fight that he'd be willing to take Lomachenko. 15, 2 losses, 11 knockouts to Australia to challenge the unbeaten Aussie Kambosas. 20-0, 10 knockouts in front of his fans. As long as the pandemic doesn't stop the contest from happening in that country. If Arum can get the fight for Lomachenko to challenge Kambosas, it would likely disappoint Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn because he's been talking about wanting to put together a fight together between his fighter, WBC 135-pound champion Devin Haney, and the Australian. Okay, Lomachenko could fight Kambosas. Kambosas probably will vacate his WBO title to avoid Lomachenko because he likes having all the titles in his possession at lightweight. Having those titles has made Kambosas a minor celebrity, even though some of the shine has been taken away from his recent victory over Teofimo Lopez after it was learned and he fought was a life-threatening esophagus injury. Okay, the one problem that could stop Arum from getting his way with Lomachenko challenging Kambosas is the WBA. They're reportedly planning to ordering a fight between their two WBA champions, Kambosas and Gervonta Tank Davis. Kambosas can make a lot of money fighting Tank Davis on Showtime pay-per-view, and it's easy to see him going in that direction rather than facing Lomachenko for less money and just as much risk. You know, what does this man say? I Tiro on the Ferco show said that Kambosas and Haney already in negotiations. Yeah. That's what I heard that like probably 2 days ago that there was already negotiations. This right here. Let me see. This is from Boxing, East Side Boxing, and this was published 2 hours ago. So this is nothing concrete, bro. You know, they might be in negotiations. The WBA might mandate George Kambosas Jr. and the WBO might mandate George Kambosas Jr. So if they already are in negotiations, then that fight could possibly happen. But I see the thing where it's gonna come in misconstrued shit is when the WBA and the WBO start trying to mandate those fights. And how is that going to work out? If he's already in negotiations with Devin Haney, are they just going to allow that to happen and then just start and just mandate Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko right after that to Devin Haney? Or are they going to mandate those fights and make Kambosas fight Tank or Haney? So that's the problem. So that's the whole fiasco, right? Because yeah, I heard that they were in negotiations with Devin Haney and Eddie Hearn in them. Okay, but the thing now is just if the sanctioning bodies are gonna allow that to happen, right? Is that gonna be allowed from the sanctioning body? So that's something that we definitely gonna have to see, you know. But this is just the story that came out two hours ago, because Bob Arum, he came out and he said that he wants Lomachenko to fight George Kambosas Jr. In Australia. You know what I'm saying? So he's willing to take Lomachenko and put him out there in Australia. You know what I'm saying? Which is a great thing, bro. For Lomachenko, you know, if he gets that fight against George Kambosas. Will he get that fight? I don't know, because Bob Arum is cheap. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna want to pay nobody at the end of the day. But if Lomachenko gets that fight, I mean, they're gonna sell out the arena. Bob Arum, if he really wants that fight, he should put up hella money. But he would need somebody to mandate that fight, because Lomachenko, George Kambosas is not picking Lomachenko. I'm telling y'all that now, right? Lomachenko is his hardest opponent to fight. Okay, that's not the easiest opponent to fight. Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm sure George Kambosas is looking right over him, because the reason why is because Gervonta Tank Davis has that knockout power, right? I said the weakest one for him to try to get is Devin Haney, and I still don't think that George Kambosas Jr. could beat Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? But that's the weakest one that he could probably pluck, you know. But other than that, I mean, I don't think he's beating Tank. I give him a 0% chance against him and Lomachenko, or against Tank. Against Haney, you know, I'm giving him maybe a 30% chance, 20% chance, but I don't see him beating any of those guys, man. I just don't, bro, because the facts are the facts, man. And the man he just fought, Teofimo Lopez, had life-threatening injuries that could have fucking saw that his lung collapsed in the ring if he would have got hit in the right place. And the fight was still close. Ain't no way in hell this guy's leaving out of there with those belts, all of those belts. Somebody else is going to be undisputed right after him. You know what I'm saying? If he fights Tank, Tank will be the new undisputed. If he fights Loma, Loma will be the new undisputed. If he fights Haney, Haney will be the new undisputed. I don't see no outcome that George Kambosas comes out and he's still the undisputed champ. He says, yeah, Loma is the most difficult. Yeah, bro, I definitely believe that. Loma's a difficult dude to fight. He's not easy, you know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. Having those titles has made Kambosas a minor celebrity, even though some shine has been taken away from his recent victory over Teofimo Lopez after it was learned that he fought with a life-threatening esophagus injury. Okay, they're reportedly planning on ordering a fight between their WBA champion Kambosas and Gervonta Davis. Kambosas can make a lot of money fighting Tank Davis on Showtime pay-per-view, and it's easy to see him going in that direction rather than facing Lomachenko for less money and just as much risk, if not more. He's going to have to fight them, and they're good fighters. But Loma, in good health, can beat all of them. That really is true," said Bob Arum to Fight Hype when asked, what does Lomachenko has to do to stamp himself as the best of all the lightweights? Lomachenko is something special," Arum continued. "His loss to Teofimo Lopez can be explained by the fact that he had a bad shoulder, which was operated on a couple of days after the fight." Okay, so he's saying that Lomachenko's loss could also be explained because he had to get operations for his bad shoulder days after the fight with Teofimo Lopez. And I mean, that could be true on why, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I still think that Teofimo Lopez beats Lomachenko. So even if it's true or whatever, I still believe Teofimo Lopez could catch. And once he starts opening up, sounds good, brother. Sounds good. Once Lomachenko starts opening up, I think that Teofimo Lopez is knock him out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, Teofimo Lopez gaining that experience and starting to know, once Lomachenko started coming on very strong in that 7th round, you know, I think Teofimo Lopez knows exactly what Devin Haney is really Lomachenko is having that experience in the ring with Lomachenko. Okay, so I think that Tio still he'll knock him out this time. You know what I mean? I think he'll knock him out uh, for sure. You know, but hey, if he had a shoulder injury, he had a shoulder injury. You know what I'm saying? He chose to go ahead with the fight, which Bob Arum is saying that Lomachenko, he chose to go ahead with the fight, and we weren't aware of his shoulder was bad. But right away, from the get-go, I saw something was wrong. Okay, what he's saying that he saw something was wrong was when Lomachenko wasn't throwing no punches. He wasn't throwing shit. You know what I mean? He basically thought Lomachenko was gonna start doing the matrix in the first round. He says it is what it is, and now he'll have the opportunity to fight George Kambosas, who I don't think is a top caliber guy. No, I don't think he's top caliber. Okay, he fought a Tiafimo that should have been in the hospital, not in the boxing ring. Haney, who may be very good, and then Gervonta Davis, who is very good. So I think there are some good fights out there. He's very dangerous. This is where he starts talking about George Kambosas Jr. He says he's a very dangerous fighter because he's very powerful and he has a lot of confidence. The Teofimo Lopez fight notwithstanding, and he's going to give Lomachenko a run for his money. I think Lomachenko can handle him. Said Bob Arum about Richard Comey. My bad. So he said that about Richard Comey. So this is when Bob Arum was talking about Richard Comey. My bad. So he said he's a very dangerous fighter because he's very powerful and he has a lot of confidence. The Lopez fight, notwithstanding, and he's going to give Lomachenko a run for his money. I think Lomachenko can handle him. Said Arum about Richard Comey. Okay, Arum's comment about Kambosas not being a top caliber fighter might not endear him with the Australian fighter. If Kambosas takes that comment personally, it's possible he'll resist the idea of fighting Lomachenko because he wouldn't want to help Aaron, given his opinion on his talent. So yeah, that's a true statement right there. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum could be putting a foot in his mouth by saying that, oh yeah, um, by saying that George Kambosas is not a top caliber, top opponent, a top caliber guy. You know what I'm saying? That could withstand. Even though it's true, he's not a top caliber guy. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be out there saying that because now George Kambosas is probably like, well, I'm not going to make money with you. You probably like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna fight Devin Haney or fight Tank or whoever else. I'm just not even gonna bother with Lomachenko, right? But a win over Lomachenko is a win over Lomachenko. Like, what's going on? What's going on? What's good? What's good? Says the WBO to order Kambosas versus Lomachenko. All right. It says if this is what Bob Arum is saying. He says if we can't get any other fight, yes, but I would just as soon have Shakur fight at 130 and have Lomachenko fight at 135. If it can't get no other fight, for Lomachenko and Shakur, they might place Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson. Okay. Kambosas because he beat Teofimo, who beat him, and Devin Haney because he has the WBC strap, set Arum on who he wants to match Lomachenko against at 135. It depends on what Kambosas wants to do or what the organizations said Arum when asked if Lomachenko could step in front of the line and get the fight with Kambosas ahead of Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. We've been led to believe that the WBO is going to order a mandatory for Lomachenko, and we're certainly happy. Uh, since pandemic to go to Australia because I've had a lot of experience doing fights in Australia. It's a great place to do fights, whether it's Brisbane or Sydney or Melbourne. Great fans, great venues. And if we do the fight, which I think would be in the afternoon on Sunday in prime time in the United States and on Saturday. Prime time in Australia and on Saturday in the US, you know. So I mean, look, man, there's possible options for anybody. He says Comey versus Loma is a WBO final eliminator. Yeah, yup. So it is a final eliminator basically to try to get mandated for uh, George Kambosas Jr., but the only thing that could trump that is if the WBA mandates Gervonta Tank Davis. And as we've been learning is that Devin Haney is in negotiations with George Kambosas Jr. How true is that? We don't really know because nobody has really came out and said too much on it. That we just know that they're in negotiations. But George Kambosas Jr. has options on who he's gonna fight. He could fight anybody right now at the top level. So I just don't think he's beating any of those guys. I don't know why. I just don't think he's beating none of those guys. But he's a good fighter, man. But he's just not. To me, he's just not there with those other guys. And as we know, Teofimo Lopez, he had issues and problems going into this fight without even knowing it, and things of that caliber. So we'll have to see, man. In other news, though, Leonard Ellerbe, man, he slams. Says Kambosas will fight either Haney, Loma, or Tank next. Yeah, and yeah, that's 100% true. Uh, Either of those fights, man, they're gonna be great fights, and I think that whoever gets the George Kambosas fight will be the next undisputed champion, no matter who it is. I don't think that George Kambosas is gonna be holding on to those belts. And he says the WBA will probably try to order the Tank fight, but they're both gonna want to be the A side here. So we'll see, man. If Tank doesn't want to go to Australia and fight in Australia, then he might be able to take step aside money and let Lomachenko or Devin Haney step in and get that fight. Bob Arum says that he's willing to make that fight happen. What's going on, Johnny Blaze? Yo, so Leonard Ellerbe, in other news, Leonard Ellerbe, yo, he went off, right? He went off. He says he threatens to smack the shit out of Eddie Hearn. Okay. He said the Don says no undisputed without Devin's belt. Um for Devin Haney, I mean, that there's an argument to everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like right now, um George Kambosas is the undisputed lightweight world champion. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez was the undisputed lightweight world champion. Uh, Lomachenko was a unified world champion. So, I mean, for me, bro, my morals, where I stand, you know what I'm saying, where I foresee that kind of stuff, um, I like competition, and if you beat the man, you are the man to me, right? To other people, that's how it might be. If you like guys that don't win the belt in the ring and they just getting the handouts, that's on you. But for me as a fan, I like when a fighter gets in the ring and he shows and he beats the man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of fighters that they're going for legacy. They're going for things. I'm not a fan of what Devin Haney does, parade about that he didn't win in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to saying that, he's a world champion, though. He's a world champion. He's a regular world champion. And then plus what the WBC has come out and said that, that basically, let me see. Yeah, I probably got it around here. Right there. Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed lightweight champion. Suleiman told Akin Barak show. And whoever beats Teofimo, if there is someone who beats him, he must be called undisputed. I have spoken with Devin and his father. So I mean, it's a pretty clear thing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't subscribe to that. Like, if you beat the man, you are the man, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't take nothing from you. You know, all I can do is comment on if you think if you're gonna continue to be the man, and that's the only thing that I could really comment on. But as far as Devin Haney is concerned, yeah, man, I just don't fight. I can't get behind somebody that parades about that they didn't win in the ring, right? That should be frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Even though the WBC, they did come in and they fucked it all up and they left a lot of people confused and stuff like that. But it'd be different if Mauricio Suleiman never came out and said, yo, you know, that Devin Haney's their top champion, whatever. That's different. Okay, now we're like, all right, well, Devin Haney is the top champion, and now you have to go fight that for undisputed. But Mauricio Suleiman has already come out. He said, yo, this guy is undisputed, and that's our top champion, right? Now you could make the argument that, you know, all major sanctioning bodies, they have to recognize the belts, and I ain't gonna argue with you. You know, I think at the end of the day is whatever you feel is right as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever makes you feel right as a fan. Because I'm not saying you right or wrong, right? But when I tell it, the guy's undisputed. When somebody else might tell it, the guy might not be undisputed. It depends on what they like as boxing fans, right? Me, I like legacy. I like guys who win it in the ring. I'm not going to subscribe to guys that don't win it in the ring. So I don't even look at that. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that. But it is the WBC's fault. So I can that's why I understand everybody's side. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. What's going on, Brown Gone One? He says no, they weren't and isn't. Um Devin's a bum like Boo Boo. Kambosas is lineal undisputed. Maybe it's debatable. The WBC says he is though. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Kambosas is lineal, and he's undisputed to me, right? To me, I mean, other people might subscribe to different things. You know what I'm saying? But I recognize it as undisputed. It's not recognized by So you have, I mean, you definitely have that the Dawn for sure. I'm not saying you wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just for me. I'm saying for me as a boxing fan, when guys win it in the ring, for me, that's more respectable. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit around, uh, with trying to be like, oh yeah, well, I mean, Devin Haney holds a belt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win it in the ring though. You know what I mean? He didn't win it in the ring. Feel me? So to me, it doesn't feel right. Teofimo Lopez, we saw him win it in the ring against Lomachenko. Lomachenko, we saw him beat those guys. Okay, we saw Tio beat Richard Comey. We saw Tio beat Lomachenko. We saw George Kambosas beat Teofimo Lopez. See what I'm saying? We didn't see Devin beat anybody to get that belt. So to me, it doesn't feel right to me for me to say, you know what? Yeah, Devin Haney, you got to go through Devin Haney to get. No, he didn't win it in the ring. What the fuck are we even talking about here? For me, all right? For me. um why do the other organizations decide who the WBC champion is? Nah, it's just that it has to be recognized from all the organizations. See, the problem is that all the organizations are probably looking at it this way. They're gonna be taking money away from that. That's the bullshit about all the organizations have to recognize something. That's the bullshit about it. Because if one organization says, well, nah, because you might be taking away money from my organization if you bringing in new belts for your organization. So we're just not gonna recognize it. That's all that means, right? That organization is probably like, you know what? In the long run, it's not gonna be best for my organization. They don't give a fuck about the fighters or the fans. No, they don't care about the fighters or the fans. They care about what money is coming into their pockets. And if you bringing in another belt, guess what? That fighter has to pay more sanctioning fees to that other belt. And now there's going to be more belts that you have for your sanctioning fees. And you know what? The sanctioning bodies are like, you know what? We're not going to allow this belt because of this problem. You see what I'm saying? So if the WBC was like, I don't know, if they did recognize all those belts, I mean, they still be a undisputed champ, right? no matter what. But Mauricio Suleiman, he's the president of the WBC. I can't go against whatever the president of the WBC says. Okay, it's not my organization. Yes, me as a fan, like, damn, yo, y'all fucking cause confusion. You know what I'm saying? But y'all cause hella confusion. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't go into McDonald's and be like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing back there? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't make the rules at McDonald's. I don't make the rules at Safeways or Whole Foods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? At the grocery stores. I don't make no rules in any place. You know what I'm saying? If I have my business, you know, you could critique them. Yeah, this Mac chicken is some shit. You know what I'm saying? This Mac chicken is trash. You know, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If they don't change it, then that's not their fucking that's not nobody's problem, bro. You can only go off of what they say. If they say, yo, you're gonna keep eating these dirty ass Mac chickens, you're gonna keep eating them dirty ass Mac chickens if that's what you feel like subscribing to, you know? And there's nothing that we could, as fans, there's nothing that you could do, right? A sanctioning body is a sanctioning body. They hold a convention, or you could go air your shit out if you want to go talk to them and tell them about what the hell they doing wrong, this and that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna waste your time and nothing is gonna get done. You know what I'm saying? He says the WBC fault fucking things up though and confuse. Hell yeah, 100%, bro. There's nothing, no negating that. Like there's no going against that, right? The WBC is the WBC's fault for fucking things up and confusing everybody. We're all confused. He says, don't spread propaganda. Nah, bro, it's not propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It's not propaganda at all, man. Cause you have to really think about that, the Don. You gotta think about that shit, right? You have to. Put that in perspective, bro. This guy, he didn't beat nobody. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, right? But when you go back and you look at Lomachenko, you know he beat people to get those belts, to collect those belts, right? To become unified. He wanted to become undisputed, so he took the fight with Teofimo Lopez, right? Teofimo Lopez put himself in position by beating Richard Comey for the IBF World title. He already knew that Lomachenko wanted to become undisputed, so it was an easy thing. Lomachenko drops that belt, gets the petition from the WBC to get the franchise belt, so that he doesn't have to fight any mandatory. He could go straight into fighting an undisputed fight. That's what he wanted. He wanted to become undisputed. You remember after the Richard Comey fight, what does he say? He says, they go up right up to Lomachenko after the fight and they say, you know, you told him to get about this and that. And he says, what do you have to say to Teofimo Lopez? He says, welcome to my club. You know what I'm saying? My man said, welcome to my club. Because, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's what he wanted. That was his goal. It was to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And obviously it didn't accomplish, but Teofimo Lopez accomplished that right inside of the ring. Okay? You can't question what Lomachenko was. He beat the man. He beat the man that had the WBC world title. And then, you know what I'm saying, he elevated and got the super, whatever became the super WBC world title, right? So it's not propaganda, bro. It's just, what do you like as a fan? You know what I'm saying? It's, what do you like as a fan, Don? You know, what do you like as a fan? Do you like guys that just get handouts, or do you like when guys earn their shit in the ring? You know what I'm saying? Do you like what do you like? Let me know. Because to me, that's not propaganda, bro. To me, propaganda is me just spreading the false narratives. But if I'm explaining to you why, you know what I'm saying? It says, where's the lie? It says, I don't understand where you come from as a fan. Nah, bro. You gotta tell me where you come from as a fan. Trust me, William Zepeda will beat all of them in Bernardo Lopez. William Zepeda's good, man. Bernardo Lopez, he's like 130, bro. He's small too. But I'm not looking at it as a fan. You're not looking at it. So what are you looking at it as? Let me know. He says Bernardo's at one. Yeah, Bernardo's at 130. Trying to get that done. Oh, what's good, Surgeon? Surgeon sneaked up in here. Kambosas versus Haney and all the dispute. Bro, it's no dispute, bro. I mean, the only dispute, if you think about it, bro, the only dispute that y'all hear about is guys on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's all you hear. That's the only dispute. But yeah, if George Kambosas fights Devin Haney, it's undisputed. I mean, that'd be a great fight too. I'm excited. Anybody that fights George Kambosas Jr. is gonna be undisputed. Don't matter, bro. It doesn't matter who it is, bro. Put boxing when it's going live, because YouTube doesn't pick up your lives when you search live boxing. Bro, put boxing when it goes. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Wait. Um, put boxing when it's going live. You saying like it's not sending you a notification, or when you click on that little live bars at the top and it doesn't show like my boxing channel. Is that what you're saying? LT it says Don LT good now. Maxime Vlasov versus Felix Valera, December 24th. Yeah, man. And look, your Danish Ugas versus Stadionis was confirmed. Let me see. No more purse bid. No more purse bid. The WBA auction between Yordenis Ugas and Elemantas Stadionis, due to held on tomorrow, was suspended because both sides reached an agreement and finalized the fight. So, man, what does that mean right there? Like, we getting that Ugas Stadionis fight. You know, the WBA is another organization that fucked it all up because they fucked up Ugas's bag, right? Ugas could have got a fight with Earl Spence and got a bag. He says, I'm looking at it by the formal structure of the 4 official belts, and that doesn't include franchise belt. Okay. You got to hashtag boxing live on your streams. Okay. On your titles. Got you. All right, cool. No, he says, LT says, no, when you search boxing in YouTube and search all live boxing videos, your live won't pop up because in your description doesn't have boxing. Okay, cool. Appreciate that tip, bro. Appreciate the tips. The Don said by the formal structure of the 4 official belts, and that doesn't include franchise belt. I mean, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. And I'm going to tell you why you're not wrong, right? You're not wrong because you want things to be in 1948, 1939, the 50s, the 60s. The Don, you look at your watch right now and it says 2021. Okay? Times change, all right? Back in the 50s, the 60s, whatever. In football, you could go up and you could go. They used to have leather fucking helmets, okay? Back in the 30s and shit, right? But then times change. You know what I mean? Then guess what? They got helmets. You know what I mean? They got real helmets. Okay? The football, it changed. It was no longer made out of pigskin, you know? It's made out of whatever, leather, whatever the hell they use. Okay? In soccer, they used to use rocks. All right? They used to use rocks to play soccer. Okay? Then a ball came out. All right? Guys, what I'm trying to get at is we can't be living in 1950, 1960. Okay? Times change, modernization, civilization. It changes things that we have to adapt to, right? So when an organization changes rules and things, it's because they can do that. You know, you can't say, oh, you know, I'm gonna get my Motorola chirp phone back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't exist no more, guys. We gotta wake up, bro. We gotta wake up. I get it. It's 21 though, guys. Okay. The age has changed. All right. It's not how it used to be back in the 80s, not the 70s. Okay, the belt that Muhammad Ali held, it's not the same belt that they have today. Okay, Muhammad Ali, if he found out how Devin Haney got his belt, what do you think Muhammad Ali would be doing right now? Probably be shitting on Devin Haney. Shit, man, I'd be pissed. Okay, you saying, oh, he has the Muhammad Ali? I'd be pissed if I was Muhammad Ali. What the fuck do you mean he has my belt? Are you crazy? He didn't fight nobody, bro. That's disrespectful, bro. Don't. I hope nobody says that. Like, let's stop saying that because that's disrespectful to the greats. You know what I'm saying? Don't say that. That's disrespectful. But yo, for real though, man, guys, you can't have the Motorola chirp phones back, right? You can't have the beepers back. That it's gone. It's no longer. You can't walk to the corner of the street and get on the payphone, guys. Come on, guys. Can't do it. You just can't, bro. You just can't. New rules, changes, things happen in life, bro. That's how the world works. In football, you could kill somebody on the field, right? You could headhunt. You could do whatever. But guess what? What's the NFL doing now? Changing rules to save quarterbacks, to save all of their players from getting CTE and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Things change inside of organizations. Things get better. Technology gets better. Modernization happens. Civilization happens. Guys, we can't live in these old ways. You know what I'm saying? If the organization comes out and said, "Yo, we getting a new belt," nigga, you gonna have to motherfucking, you have to agree to what they say. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, we're just not living in that time frame anymore. You know what I'm saying? If they say, yo, this belt right here is the franchise belt, and this belt right here is made for, so this belt won't have any mandatories. Same thing as the super, right? This belt won't have no mandatories. This belt is a destination belt, and this is our top champion. Yeah, you won't have to be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the organization. They implement the rules to their organization, not us. You know what I'm saying? Not me. I don't implement no rules in the organization. I just follow the sport, right? And I try to understand what they're really doing. Okay, they fucked it up, but bro, I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? They might have fucked it up, but we can't do nothing about that. You've seen interviews from Mauricio Suleiman tells people Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion. Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion. And guys, they keep trying to attack him, keep trying to attack him to get him to say something different. Get him to say something different. What does Mauricio Suleiman keep saying? Teofimo Lopez, undisputed champion. Teofimo Lopez, undisputed champion. Well, this belt here explains the belt. And no, they're still asking him more and extra questions. Okay, you're not understanding this way. You're not understanding that way. Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion. What do you want me to tell you? That he's not. That's all they're trying to get at him, is that he's not, but he was. He never folded. You know what I'm saying? The man never folded. He says, it's 2021 and Teofimo got his ass kicked and was never undisputed. The Don, don't be in your feelings, bro. Don't be in your feelings, bro. Chill. Yo, hilarious. Man, guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, boys, this, it's 2021. We gotta be out here, man. We gotta be out here doing our thing. We don't run the organization. You know what I'm saying? We don't. And I don't want to run their organization. The only guys that you ever see disputing undisputed are guys on YouTube, right? Or guys on YouTube. You don't go anywhere else and hear shit like that, man. These guys on YouTube, bro, they're out here to be scandalous, to tell you this and that. Dude, I don't listen to that. I don't subscribe to that. You know what I'm saying? They know, but see, here's the thing, though. Jack Catterall knocks out Josh Taylor. Ooh. You think so, bruh? Hell no. Not that. Where is it? Can't find it, but can't find it. But it is what it is, though, man. So look, man, let's get into this right here. So let's get into this. Leonard Ellerbe has threatened to smack the shit out of Matchroom chief Eddie Hearn in a remarkable rant about his rival promoter. The Mayweather Promotions CEO was by Floyd Mayweather's side for all of his big fights and now works with the retired fighter to promote Gervonta Davis. Ellerbe is aligned with Al Heyman's PBC and stages shows on Showtime. Hearn, meanwhile, promotes Gervonta's lightweight rival Devin Haney on the Zone. The Brit previously formed a rivalry with Ellerbe in the early stages of his U.S. invasion back in 2018. At this time, he was promoting now former super featherweight champion Tevin Farmer and campaigning for a clash with Gervonta, who was then in the same weight class. Despite plenty of back and forth, the fight never happened, and Farmer went on to be dethroned by Jojo Diaz. This weekend, Haney defended his WBC lightweight title against Diaz, while Gervonta beat Isaac Cruz to hold on to his WBA regular belt. Earlier in this week, Hearn angered Ellerbe with his remarks comparing the two events. Ellerbe hit back on social media and insisted this was the last time he would be addressing Hearn. Hearn responded by doubting this claim and has now proven correct in his skepticism. He says, speaking to Seconds Out just days later, Ellerbe said, Hearn, I don't want to get into this back and forth. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna play those games. I'm not gonna allow him to disrespect me. I guarantee you, he comes 10 feet close to me, I'll smack the shit out of him in front of everybody. And I mean that. I'm not gonna play those kid games. I'm gonna stay in my lane, mind my business, and take care of my fighters. This back and forth, I'm not gonna do. That man just needs to mind his business, keep my name out his fucking mouth, and do his job. If he says something disrespectful to me, I will smack the shit out of him, period. That's what Leonard Ellerbe, he said, I got Eddie knocking out Leonard in 2 rounds. Yo. My bad. But yo, yeah, my bad, bro. I had to do something real quick. But yeah, man. So Leonard Ellerbe funny as shit. This man says, I'm not gonna allow him to disrespect me. I guarantee you he comes 10 feet close to me, I'll smack the shit out of him in front of everybody. And he says he means that. So we gotta hold Eddie Hearn accountable. If he sees Eddie Hearn, you gotta slap the shit out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? That shit was hilarious. I was laughing when I saw that interview. I was laughing. I was like, "Oh my goodness, why? Like, what the fuck you even talking about?" He says, "Oh, he thinks he's too good for his own. I mean, he's a good promoter, but he thinks he's way too good or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That he thinks he's better than everybody. I guess." He said. Leonard said he's been training. Yeah, bro, you heard that shit? Motherfucker said, "I'll get in. I get in our spar too." He said, "I'll get in our spar too." Yo, he funny as shit. Hey, Leonard Ellerbe is a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy. He's a funny dude, man. That fucking nose of his is just that'll probably beat the shit out of Eddie for real, for real. He brought that fucking nose, bro. That nose is gonna fucking hit in the bags. Yeah, you believe that, man, bro? I ain't never seen his ass no hitting no bags, bruh. You know what I'm saying? He says, yeah, I be in there, I be hitting bags and stuff. The dude in the interview was like, yeah, I couldn't say that you as a promoter, you know, you're in the gym. You're always in the gym with these guys and this and that. Bruh, come on, bruh. I'm saying, he's like, yeah. He's like, you know, I know more than all of these promoters because they have matchmakers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I know. I told y'all Isaac Cruz was better than, I told y'all Isaac Cruz was going to be better than what y'all thought it was. No, motherfucker, that's exactly what we thought it was. We didn't think that he would come out and do what he did to Tank because we feel that Tank is a higher fighter, right? But Tank looked horrible in that fight. He didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And he knows that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they try to come out and say the excuse plus the miscommunication where Calvin Ford says that he hurt his hand in training camp, and Tank says that he hurt it in the 7th round. Shit, Isaac Cruz said it was in the 5th round. You know, I mean, they don't know, bro. They don't fucking know. I mean, it's a whole bunch of miscommunication, much of, you know, Calvin Ford should told him, yo, just say that it was during training camp or whatever and keep it moving, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Simple as that. But, man, I mean, what y'all looking forward to, man? Give me y'all predictions for this Saturday, man. We got Lomachenko and Richard Comey. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 guys right here. You know, I'm about to interview these 2 guys right here. You know what I'm saying? Who y'all got? Just all in it does is suck all fighters in the facts, bro. I mean, Leonard is funny. He's a funny dude, man. Tank looked the way he did on purpose. It's all part of a master plan to give Kambosas confidence to take the fight with Tank. Could be. Shit. I mean, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. It could be. Could be. I don't know. You know? But, I mean, he showed he showed a different aspect of his game for sure. You know, he definitely showed a different aspect of his game. Fast feet, fast hands, can move around, you know. So he showed a different aspect of his game. Tank going to spot. Yeah, hell yeah. I believe it. I believe that. I take that any day. I'm taking whoever fighting George Campbell, I think they're going to knock the sparks out of him. They're going to beat him. I'm telling y'all, bro. If T.O. would have been 100% and focused and all of that, I mean, dog, come on. Let's be honest, bro. Is George Kambosas beating T.O.? Come on, bro. Skill wise, he's not. He's just not, bro. I mean, T.O. was at 50% and almost still beat him. You know what I'm saying? With personal issues, shit. The man got esophagus injury, life-threatening injury, pneumonia, air in his chest, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? And he still almost beat this guy. So come on. A lot of people are high on George Kambosas. LT is one of them. LT says that he's very high on George Kambosas. And, you know, hey, if you high on him. But I just don't feel like he's going to beat anybody. Kambosas is getting annoying like Tio. Yo, Kambosas was at the Miami Heat game. Bro, I said this shit, bro. I said, man, yo, this fucking guy, get on your airplane. As soon as you beat Teofimo Lopez, should have got on his airplane and left his ass to Australia. I said this shit. I've been saying all this shit. You know, I've been said that shit. Soon as he should have took his ass to Australia. The reason for that, bro, why are you at the Miami Heat game? Why are you doing a fucking podcast with every single body that's out there? You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. You know, I get that you're the man of the hour, but you're really about to be the man of the hour because as soon as somebody gets to you, they gonna fuck your ass up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you get the fuck on to Australia, humble yourself, get back out there and wait till whoever's gonna fight you, bruh, and stay focused and still keep that fire and hunger in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get to the top. It's harder to stay at the top. Okay? Ask Tio. Ask Andy Ruiz. Ask those guys. You feel me? It's hard to get to the top. It's harder to stay at the top. Ask Agent Broner. You know what I'm saying? Ask these guys, bruh, how hard it is to stay up there. It's not easy. It's not easy. And it's hard to get up there. So when you up there, you gotta make that shit count, bruh. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know what I'm saying? Says, I don't know about Devin though. I don't think he has the power to hurt Campbell. I don't think he has the I don't think he has the power to hurt Kambosas. I think that he can outbox Kambosas, though. I got Ryan Garcia knocking out Kambosas. Yeah, I do too, bro. I do too. He always talks about motivation shit. Yeah. But stay motivated, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk about motivational shit. Stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? He's always like, I just remember that when he was on talking to the little commentary after the Devin Haney fight, and Devin Haney walks on over, and he's over there like in front of 80,000 people, and he kind of forgot that he was no longer the underdog. Now he's the top dog. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, T.O. thought the same thing or some shit. And then he realized, oh, if we fight in Australia, motherfucker, you gonna be in that situation. That's gonna be you. Whatever T.O. was, that's gonna be you now. You see what I'm saying? It's not no longer nobody else. You the guy. You know what I'm saying? You the undisputed. So he better be ready. That's all I'm saying. You better be ready, dog. Tiafimo got air in his lungs just like everybody else. Right. If you have air in your lungs, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Go to the doctors, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Shit is no joke, you know? That shit is no joke, bruh. You could die, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you got air in your lungs, that's something wrong, bruh. I say he got air in his chest. So right here. So you ever had some air around you? That's different. Tiafimo ducked Australia. He didn't duck Australia, bro. He didn't duck Australia. I'll tell you what happened. Let me get into that. I'm going to get into that. I'm out of here. So when Tiafimo Lopez versus George Kambosas was about to happen, there was the 80,000 people in Australia thing. Okay? There was the 8 million coming from Australia thing. All right? So that's where Tiafimo got his numbers from. It's going to be $8 million to go and fight in Australia. But let me tell you what happened. Why it never came to fruition. In America, as well as the world, this not only affected America. There was a thing called COVID-19, a pandemic. So it stopped everything from getting to Australia. There was no longer 80,000 fan base, right? There was no longer $80,000 80,000 fan base. There was no longer $8 million. Okay, there was no longer any of that because the fight wasn't gonna be made. The fight wouldn't have been able to be made because Australia had one of the toughest COVID restrictions. All right. So that's why he never got to go to Australia. And then after that, life moved on. He was having a kid and he didn't want to go to Australia anymore. He said, man, I don't want to go out there. You know what I'm saying? I got my kid that's coming. He's on the way. He's due any moment. You know what I'm saying? He's baking in the oven and he's ready to come out. So I'm not trying to go to Australia. And I mean, you can't fault them. You know what I'm saying? You can't fault them at all. And Australia still had COVID restrictions. So he wasn't going to get that 8 million anyways. And, so T.O. couldn't get to go to Australia. The first time was because of COVID. And the second time was because he was having a kid and a whole bunch of fucking problems and shit like that. He's not trying to go to Australia. But what? You know what I'm saying? It's no love out there for him. He was like, no, fuck that. But they fought up here at Madison Square Garden and took the L, bro. All they had to do is roll up a newspaper, light the tip on fire, and place the newspaper on Tiafimo's chest. Oh my God. While no more air in his chest. Hey yo, all he had to go was to a sobador. The sobador would have took that joint right out. He said, air in your chest. The sobador would have got him. You would have got him right. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, man, I appreciate everybody that came through, man. Show some love. Appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Off the late night tip, appreciate everybody that came through. If you just watch, appreciate you. Everybody that was commenting and chatting with me, I appreciate y'all coming through, man, showing me some love. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm talking. Hell yeah, brother. Hit that bell notification if you want to be notified. Y'all can follow me on Instagram as well at P4P Boxing Real News. And we out, man. Stay dangerous. Tell your auntie, tell your mom, tell your sister, your grandmother, your great grandmother, your auntie's cousin, whatever, whoever, to subscribe to Pound for Pound Boxing Real News, man. We trying to make this channel grow. We up to 1.3K followers, subscribers. And it's only up, man. It's only up for sure. Peace out to Don. Appreciate you coming through, man. Sergeant, Johnny Blaze, who else came out? LT, Phillip. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for sure, man. And we out. Peace.